Okay, Canada, we are almost out of time, and we've kept you in suspense long enough. We are ready to reveal your first choice.
Like all great stories, this one has a hero, a young man on a mission. And what he accomplished and his legacy became your proudest moment in Canadian history. The list of Canadian icons and heroes is a long one, but the one who stands above all others, the one who holds a special place in the heart of almost every Canadian, is a skinny kid from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia, who had a preposterous idea. He was going to run across the country with a prosthetic leg and raise a few $1,000s for cancer research.
My boss said there's a kid with one leg about to run across Canada. Do you want to go see what you can do for him? And that's how it started.
July 11th, 1980, 10,000 people packed here into Nathan Phillips Square in front of Toronto City Hall to meet a man who was quickly becoming a Canadian icon. Up until that day, Terry still had some doubts whether he could finish his run. But after the crowd that gathered here, it gave him renewed energy, renewed vigor. All of a sudden, British Columbia didn't seem that far away. The man who created the Four Seasons hotel chain was among the first in the country to realize what greatness Terry was destined for. He befriended Terry and raised millions for him. In fact, Isidore Sharp is still to this day the director of the Terry Fox Run.
The fact that he set out to do something that was beyond belief. I think he was born with a gift, a spirit, an indomitable spirit that allowed him to go beyond what was humanly impossible. He represented something that we all admire. And the message that he gave to so many people of hope.
It was September 1st, 1980. Terry Fox had just come over that hill. Things were looking pretty good. He'd make Thunder Bay by the end of the day, but he had a coughing fit right here at mile marker 3,339. At the hospital in Thunder Bay, it was quickly determined that Terry's cancer would mean that he could run no more. Reporter and cameraman John Cameron and Brian Wyatt shot the video of a tearful Terry on the stretcher announcing he would have to go home.
The cancer had spread, and now I've got cancer in my lungs.
You know, it's kind of emotional. I mean, you're listening to this Canadian hero that's just ran halfway across the country, and you know, we're fully expecting him to make it all the way across Canada just from what he had done.
I know I felt it, and I'm sure John did as well, that we knew that this was something a lot bigger than what we thought it might end up being.
We got to go home and try and do some more treatment. But all I can say is if there's any way I can get out there again and finish it, I will.
Not far from where Terry's marathon came to an end near Thunder Bay, a monument of him stands overlooking Lake Superior in the Northern Ontario wilderness. He faces west, a reminder that his marathon is actually not over. And it doesn't seem to matter that many who come here were not even born at the time.
He tried to run the marathon around Canada, and he died while doing it, but he showed a good example of what a good person should be.
Terry was a symbol for Canadians of sort of overcoming adversity. He wasn't running just to be a symbol. He was running because he felt he needed to do this and to raise people's awareness.
I was 16 years old when Terry Fox was doing his Marathon of Hope, and I got to admit, I didn't pay all that much attention. I do remember seeing the news stories of this guy running along with police cruisers and flashing lights behind him. It was not until I heard him say one thing, something he had written earlier to the Canadian Cancer Society, that put everything into perspective. Those words, somewhere, the hurting must stop.